time to film. Hi there, it's me, Cherry. Welcome back to my corner of chaos. I am going to talk about our Cherry Pies book club today. It's a bit late, I know. I'm working on the schedule. Don't worry. So, what we're going to do today is talk about the books that we're reading for November this month. And I was thinking, why not also just tell you what we're going to read next month? Because we already did the raffle on the first Sunday of the month. We do that over on Twitch. So I already have the copies. Why not? As usual, we have two books to choose from this month. This is so you have, options and you're not forced to either skip or read something that you don't want to read. Now, our books are a little bit unconventional at times because the submissions are open for pretty much any book, unless there's some very good reason to veto it. Basically, anything can come out of the submission jar. And this month, we had a very interesting collection. So I started with On the Beach by Nevil Shute. Going into this, how do I say? I really had no expectations to begin with, but after the first few chapters, it felt like I had been given the opportunity to read one of the first post-apocalyptic books. This book takes place after the Second World War, and basically everything has gone wrong that can go wrong, and the only place left on Earth that is not affected by atomic dust is Australia. But given that this was written in 1957, unfortunately, it didn't really live up to my expectations. It does feel like an post-apocalyptic book. The problem is that the dust that has decimated the entire world is slowly but surely making its way to Australia as well. So no one is going to escape. The whole world is ending, and it's just a matter of time. So we follow a few characters that have to live through that. One of which is a um, submarine captain, purely because everyone else is dead, and they have to try to figure out if there's a chance to survive. So you follow people on land in Australia, and you follow the submarine as it explores and tries to find out if there's any chance at all. Now, like I said, it started out as a post-apocalyptic book, but given that I already finished it, if you do pick it up and do join, even though it's a little bit late, I would like you to know that, again, this was released in 1957. Oh no, let me check first. And it it shows there's misogyny left and right, and it's very casual. So maybe read the trigger warnings as well, because there's just some casual stuff happening in here. That was my cat. I'm sorry. Can you please stop? The times were different, and well, I don't think that. mm, if you keep that in mind, that it was written and published in a certain time of this timeline, it's still a very interesting story. It's a view of what people thought what would happen if the world ended. So, with that in mind, I think you can still have a good time. It's interesting. It's one of those books that can put you in the mindset of the people of those times. But be aware that there's a lot of very casual misogyny in there. Um, and I personally, it felt more contemporary than you might think. So again, it is a value and it's an interesting talking piece, I think. So let me know if you're gonna read it. The other option we have this month is a rather thick book. It is an autobiography about Benjamin Franklin. When this was pulled from the jar, someone said, I don't remember who it was, that they thought that I was being that it was a bit of a joke. Now, it looked like it at first because it's a big book, it's a biography, and I don't have the best experience when it comes to biography, so it might have been a joke. But I guess the joke's on them if it was. I don't think so, honestly, because truly, of these two, aside from the casual misogyny that is in on the beach, this book is really interesting. I'm learning so much, and I am really enjoying learning not just about this person, but about the times and how the mental gymnastics that people did. It did make sense, and it, it just shows you the stages of progress. And the thing that makes it so interesting is because it really does overlap with what is happening in the world right now. And we can learn a lot from history. But I think from this one in particular. Now, I have to admit, I didn't know anything about this man before. I'm not quite done. I am almost there. Well, not quite. There's a lot of notes and stuff at the end. So I feel like I'm almost there. 60%. So I guess in my world, I'm almost there. I've been reading it bit by bit every day. And honestly, if you want to join and on the beach doesn't sound like it's something you want to confront yourself with, because it is a bit confronting. I'm glad that I read it before I made this video. But the Benjamin Franklin book is so interesting. It teaches you about history, but most importantly, I think we can learn a lot for today. So if you feel up for a challenge, read the biography. It was written by Walter Isaacson. I've never read anything by them before, but apparently it's a good biographer. So, and I have to agree so far. I'll let you know how it ends because I truly don't know. I'm Dutch. Sorry. And then let's just talk about what we're going to read in December. I was very adamant about having a separate jar for the submissions for spooky season and for the holidays, which I didn't mean, and I still don't mean Christmas stories. I just meant dark winter. Cozy holiday would be great as well, but just the vibes of winter mostly. And unfortunately, a lot of the submissions were mine. So if you're seeing this and you haven't submitted a holiday specific book over on Twitch, I'm working on integrating it over on here, but it's gonna take a minute. And please go submit your winter holiday vibe book over on Twitch with your cherry points because I need more submissions. I don't have I don't have enough. Luckily, um, I mean, I broke some rules. I have not submitted any books in the other submission jars, but for the holiday ones, just because I really wanted it to be a specific seasonal thing, I did make my own submissions, and one of them, unfortunately, was mine. Now, disclaimer: I didn't read the book, but I added it to the holidays because it seemed like a holiday kind of book. So our first choice for December is Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. It was the longest night of the year when the strangest of things happened. In an ancient inn on the Thames, the regulars are entertaining themselves by telling stories when the door bursts open and in steps an injured stranger. In his arms is a drowned corpse of a child. Hours later, the dead girl stirs, takes a breath, and returns to life. Is it a miracle? Is it magic? And who does the little girl belong to? I don't know. I haven't read it yet. I will be reading this in December, and I'll update you once I know what it's about. But honestly, I um, get why I submitted it. I'm looking forward to it. I might even cheat a little bit and start sooner, which is not cheating at all. If you want to join for December and this sounds interesting, go read it. There is no time limit. It's just something I impose on myself. So don't do what I do or what I say. Just do what feels good for you. All right. The second book that we pulled, luckily, wasn't mine. The second book that I pulled after a mishap, because I did pull a book that wasn't really available, which I am going to try to read in December anyway, and I'll let you know if it works out. But a classic, like literally for the holidays, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I have not read this yet, and I am surprised at how slim it is. Now, of course, I'm familiar with the story. I know what is going to happen, but I haven't actually read it yet. So, to my shame, really, because I am coming from more classic books, and I really don't understand how this one has slipped through the gaps. But here we are. I'll be reading it in December. Now, this is not a big book. I think that we if we put our minds to it, we can get through this. Just a few pages a day, especially if you start now. It's the perfect book for Christmas, don't you think? So I'm very excited about that one as well. On the last Sunday of the month, I usually talk about the books that we've been reading that month. And on the first Sunday of the month, we will be doing the raffle for January. So if you want to submit something that might be considered, you can, for now at least, head over to Twitch and use Cherry Points to submit your books. And I will make sure they get into the jar. But that's it for today. I will be working on the schedule and make sure that, the book club book video will go up sooner. I'm still working things out a little bit. I'm having a massive headache, so I'm gonna go. Please take care of yourself. Don't forget to drink water, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.